Welcome to T-Smack, home of the T-Smack. May I take your order?
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Talking Smack, where we talk superheroes, movies, animation, and comics. I'm your host, Josh Scar, and joining me this week is everyone's favorite fluffy boy, Alex. Alex, how you doing?
I'm incredibly offended because we're starting off an episode. They all know the description, and you don't start with something from Konosuba, perhaps Aqua's saying, like, the world's scary outside my cage, that song that she sings, something from Megumin going, explosion, something.
No. So we're also joined by Lewis. Lewis, how you doing?
I'm just here. I'm just the dirty anime casual. You guys have caught up with it. I'm just going by memory. So, that's how I always do. I do no homework ever.
And as is the case with all of these anime episodes, we are, of course, joined by Archibald from the Game Club Pod. Archibald, how you doing?
Hello, Josh. It's good to see you again. I'd like to say that the only reason that Lewis is on time is because I'm here for this episode.
True story.
It's probably true.
That's exactly it. Lewis is like, oh, Slade's going to be on the episode. I'll be on time. I'll be there.
Also, Game Club Pod, behind the curtain / drinking game. We don't call Mr. Archibald by his true given name, Archibald, in Monday's episode of Between Two Pods, because that was recorded before it was revealed that he goes by Archibald now.
That's a joke from Casting Views. If it was a recent guest spot that Josh is making.
Okay.
Yes, it is a very fun episode. I was supposed to be there, but unfortunately, life and family and nonsense, so I couldn't make it. But we're trying to make it happen for season 3 of Casting Views.
Yes.
That damn family of yours. God.
I know. So inconsiderate of my hobbies. Slade, I think you might have the dubious or auspicious honor of being a part of, I think this episode marks our it's 2 years back since Talking Smack started up again. So I believe it's either this week or next week's episode is 2 years back for us. So yay, everyone. Thanks for listening and thanks for being a part of this.
You know what? It's great because we're also going to get to talk about the anime that revived the isekai genre.
Revive's a strong word.
Oh,
is it revived?
I think it is. Oh, yes. Currently, yes. It's revived.
Oh, dear.
Alex, this is why I don't do comedy. I missed the opportunity to use what will become my new favorite soundbite.
Well, excuse me, princess.
You got to use the one from Terminal Montage. Just goes elongated long. Excuse. Just keeps going.
I was actually thinking about it, but it just, I feel like I'm stealing from that creator. Like he worked on that. He made that joke happen. Whereas this is a 30-year-old joke from a TV show that was made to sell video games. So I don't feel bad about that.
It's a simple, you drop a DM like, hey, can I use this clip real quick and drop it in the ats or whatever and credit, and then he'll be like, who the fuck are you? And that's it.
Exactly. So before we start talking about Konosuba, God's blessing on this wonderful, beautiful world of your mom or something, we're going to hear from our friends Karen and Nan over at Sugar Coated Murder. We'll be right back.
Hey, Ann Barner. Hey, Karen Beatty. We need a promo. Like where we talk about what we do on our podcast.
On our Sugar Coated Murder podcast? Like how we love to bake and talk about murder?
That's what we need to talk about.
There you go.
I think we've talked about it. Y'all find us on all your favorite listening apps.
Stay sweet.
And don't murder.
Because if you kill people,
we will talk about you.
That sounds like a challenge to throw out right at the end.
Yeah, a little bit. But if you feel like supporting, I think you broke Slade.
No, he didn't break me. We're good.
Okay. You just disappeared off camera for a second. I wasn't sure if that was a sneeze or you just busted up laughing.
No, it's a sneeze. It's a sneeze.
I'll try harder. I'm sorry.
More effort, Alex. That's what I'm asking for.
I'm sorry, Slade.
Just a smidgen more. You're right there.
Yeah, so we're back with another Josh Watches Anime episode where Alex came in late on this, but in the last episode, Lewis and Slade assigned me a different anime, but there was no dub for that one, and I can't devote my time to reading a novel. Changed it over to Konosuba, burned through that over the course of the month of August, as well as the one movie. And Alex is like, "You're doing Konosuba and you didn't invite me?" And I was like,
Well, excuse me, princess.
"That's the last
All
time."
right, take this onward away from him. Somebody, please.
So, with talking about Konosuba and these anime episodes, I will let you guys take the reins on this, and then these are usually episodes where you guys are like, "Josh, did you like this? What did you think of this?" Josh, you're a fucking idiot because you did not like this thing.
At least you know where you stand.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, Josh, what did you think of the anime?
Did you at least enjoy your watch of it? Because I'm really surprised you actually watched the movie. Because I think we only assigned you the first two seasons.
First season.
No,
The first
I
season,
think we
I
said
thought.
season 1 and 2, and we gave you the option of the movie and the spinoff.
I think you audibled the second one because like we let him know there was a second one. He's like, oh, maybe I can watch two. You're like, all right, let's do two then. But we were gonna do one initially.
You guys let
but-
me know that it's like 11 or 12 episodes per season. It's like I can do 24
That's what it was.
episodes.
That's what it was.
And then
Well, it's actually 10 episodes per season, and then the OVA bonus episode.
Well, actually,
Exactly. I mean, if you're going to talk about it, get it right.
fucking weebs, man, fucking weebs.
Right? God, can't get enough of them.
I think it's a 10 episode breeze, to be honest, to watch this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a joy. It's a pleasure.
pleasure's a strong word.
You motherfucker. Okay, Josh is out of this episode. Anyway, Slade,
All right, so this now the Alex Lewis and Slade show. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it is a breeze. It is light. It is fun. It has compelling characters. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
Compelling is
There's
a
callbacks.
strong word.
Josh, you're muted. I don't know why you're even talking.
Let me call it real quick. It was darkness, wasn't it? That put you off completely. That whole thing with darkness.
Do you not remember our Discord? It was the fucking
Yep.
first episode intro. I don't need all the jiggle physics.
That's where the budget went.
Here's my problem. My problem is purely my perspective. I bought into the premise. I'm here for a Futurama style show where a guy's in a fantasy world or a fantasy game. I don't know what the hell the show actually ended up doing with him. Is he in a game? Is he in a fantasy world that he just has game logic applied to it, like in
Yes.
Slade's Cast
Yes.
and Views episode?
Yes. No. You just nailed it.
Literally
Actually,
explained it in the
Josh,
very first
yeah.
episode.
I got
He's
confused.
in a fantasy
because
world with game logic. Yes, but
then
literally
they
nailed
add
it.
like little gaming things here and there with it. So I'm like, is he in a game or is it just a world that works under gaming logic? Like
Okay,
that
so I
confused me.
I figured it out.
They
I
didn't
figured it out. No. I figured it out. Josh was distracted by the jiggle physics when Aqua was literally explaining the point of the world.
Ah, Josh does like hentai. Got it.
That is why when she explains the world is so terrible that people are not reproducing, that they reincarnate people there, and all his gamer logic will apply because of the way the world is built. That is why he
Built.
gets to pick a single item.
Bingo. And he
Yeah, no,
chose
that still doesn't.
Aqua.
Just watch with sound on during that part, and the TV off, so you can get past Aqua's jiggle, and you'll hear it all.
All right. So apparently, what this sounds like is this is gonna turn into like a live Let's Watch with John right now. So let me load up the first episode real quick. And
But no, my problem is I bought into the premise. I was interested in a show that kind of like has a character progression, and it kind of does that, but it's a very slow burn. But there's no real character growth in this, and that's
no,
really
absolutely
what I
not.
want.
That's the point. That's the
And
point.
see,
of
I
it.
want that, and that the show didn't give that. To
You
me,
just
'cause
said you like Futurama, and the only character progression
there's
there is
still
to Futurama
character
is like
growth.
Fry, maybe.
Oh, no. I literally just watched the first 3 episodes of Futurama's reboot. And the first episode is literally, they just reset everybody back to the beginning of no one's really together. There's no character progression. Everybody has maintained the same age. And it's been 23 years later.
Nice. I
Mm.
appreciate that.
Classic sitcom stuff. But I believe Fry and Leela are still in like some kind of pseudo relationship. But to get back into Konosuba, like the section, what's the word you used? The adolescent humor of the show. I can tolerate it to a point, but a lot of it is overdone, and a lot of that is usually pushed over the edge with darkness. Like I think her bit is funny, but it gets to a point where it's a very one note. And
That's the joke.
again, then make me watch the fucking Big Bang Theory if that's the fucking joke.
Ow.
What?
Ow.
What? At least this one lays it out for you. Like it's like here's a joke. It lays it everything out.
But again, the Big Bang Theory, the joke is it's funny because they're nerds. In this, it's Darkness is doing this because she's a masochist. It's funny. Get hard, you weebs.
No, that's not. Wow, you suck at anime. Like holy shit. I'm as taken aback as Alex's. Look at that. He's going with his hand on his chest. I'm as taken aback as Alex's. Breathe. It's okay.
I thought
okay.
I thought we had opened Josh's opinion up a bit between Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, Uzaki-chan, and everything.
I'm not even going back to either of those shows. So like
more comparisons, just to break. Let's see, Jane Silent Bob. Yay or nay, Josh?
Things I have not watched in like 20 years.
Okay, but when you watched it
as a teenager.
Oh my God, Mr. Hypercritical, I fucking hate you. Jesus Christ, Josh.
Well, the fun of Konosuba is it is one of the lovely shows that you can turn your brain off and have it on and watch it, have some laughs, and enjoy yourself. And there is a narrative running, and the narrative is kept up with. And it's actually kept up with pretty well with continuity. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the fun of it. Is that it doesn't take itself too seriously.
It doesn't take itself seriously at all.
The main character, if you will, is the world. Like you said, the world continues on while these gags, which are the four characters, like roll along with it. Like there is a continuity. The Devil King, all that shit, like still continues on.
I haven't even explained like the premise of it. So for the audience, Konosuba, God's blessing on this wonderful world.
This is a podcast, not just Dog Pile and Josh. I forgot.
Yeah, not us telling Josh.
That sounds like a kinky thing they do in the show.
Exactly.
Oh, you watched that episode 11 with the choker. I'm glad.
Yeah. So Konosuba, God's blessing on this wonderful world, is an isekai. An isekai is basically an anime where somebody dies, gets reincarnated into another world. Typically, it's by Truck-kun.
So the joke in a lot of these isekais is the main thing that takes someone out is, oh no, I'm crossing the street and got hit by a truck because in this case, he was saving another girl's life.
He got hit by a tractor, excuse me. If you're going to weeb right.
No, he didn't even get hit by the
tractor. He had a heart attack thinking he was protecting a lady from getting hit by a tractor.
There you go. See, still, you're wrong, Lewis.
Oh my God. That's the joke.
I don't think you understand jokes if everything is the joke.
Then he peed himself and died, and his parents laughed at him while he was dead.
Right. And he was told he could, so he goes and he's talking to the goddess of Japan, which is Aqua, one of the characters that you get to meet and spend a lot of time with. He's told he can take one thing with him to the world that he gets reincarnated to. He decides to take her into the world. In there, they build a party with Megumin, who is what's her actual class? It's not wizard, is it?
She's a mage. But yeah, she's also the best character in the show.
She is. No, you figured that out.
No,
you figured it out.
She's not though.
No, she's not. She's an arch wizard.
She's an arch wizard and knows exactly one spell, that one spell being explosion. And then there's Darkness, who's a crusader class, and she couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if she was standing, right next to it. And she's a masochist. That's the one you've heard Josh complaining about, but she's honestly one of the best characters in the show.
And Aqua is an outright, even though she's a goddess, she's an outright. Wow, Elmer Fuddamy came out. Outright fucking idiot. Oh, which also on the first episode when they're so the first episode they figure out this is kind of a game world, and he wants to be an adventurer so he can get out of this world. She wants to push him to be an adventurer. That's the only way she can get out of being sucked into this world since he took her, which was a loophole in the whole thing in the God world or whatever. And then when they're being assigned their class, thank you, she gets like, oh man, you're as dumb as a bag of rocks, but like you can be whatever you want as
they give her the role of archpriest, which as a goddess it makes sense. And Cosma ends up, he should have taken merchant because his luck stat is through the roof, but he takes the class of adventurer,
which the adventurer class makes sense because they say that later on in the show where he took on that class because it allows him to take like the best skills of each class and he can learn them himself. So if there's like a high level mage spell or if there's a good crusader ability or anything like, and several cases within the show, if there's a good thief skill, he uses that.
Right. And he can learn a bit of anything from anyone. Like one of the first things he learns is the ability steal
Yep, steal.
from somebody who has a thief class. He learns drain touch from Wiz, who's a
She's a lich.
lich. Wiz is best girl in the show. I won't hear any arguments.
Yep.
I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
Nope.
No one's talking to you, Josh. You don't like the show.
I've never heard a more civil best girl discussion than right now. I just want y'all to know that.
No. I mean, like,
that is might go in history the most civil best girl discussion that somebody's like, yeah,
she is best girl, absolutely.
See, the thing I like about Wiz is like her relationship with Aqua. It starts off with Aqua, which throughout most of the show, she's being put down because she's useless, because the first thing they get into a fight with is giant frogs, but because her attacks are all bludgeoning attacks and frogs are immune to bludgeon because they can just flatten, she's considered useless. But then anytime it comes across undead or demons or spirits, she excels at that. She exercises them. She gets rid of them. Healing magic, she's fantastic with. She's also, mind you, her luck is also basically negative luck, because when the cabbages attack, she only gets lettuce.
Yes. Well, it's like in the
right.
second season, there's a point where they go essentially dungeon crawling, and there's a necromancer in there, and she's literally so useful that Kazuma is suspicious of her being
Yes.
like a
And
false person.
A false person. He's wondering why everything's going so right, because it's like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
but-
Like it doesn't make sense.
But one of the things I love is that between Aqua and Wiz is that it starts off very antagonistic, because she's like, I need to kill you. You're a lich. You're dead. And then it works out that she's not allowed to. And she then starts punishing her occasionally by doing her sacred beauty skill, because it's all holy magic on top of Wiz's head, which then starts killing her. But she never lets her actually die. But then by the time the movie comes around, they're actually just friendly with each other. And that is actually something I really appreciate, is that there is slow, steady character growth with Aqua. And that, yes, she is still fairly dumb and useless, and useless in many things. But when she's on it, she's on it.
Right.
Yeah. She emotionally grows.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly, but she emotionally grows and like understands. So hey, maybe I shouldn't be such a bright bitch.
Yeah.
As a goddess.
And it really makes you wonder where she's going to go for season 3.
I was actually rewatching it recently, and one of the things I forgot that's actually really early in the show is the first episode or two, when they get there and because this town of Axel they're in is so far outside and away from the demon lord's influence, there's not a whole lot for them to do right away. So they have to get job as day laborers, and she loves it. She's helping everybody, giving them food.
Yep.
Take their bath every night. They're drinking with their friends. They just pass out and stuff like that. And she's having the time of her life, actually just enjoying being a day laborer, until suddenly she wakes up and realizes, wait a second, I'm supposed to get out of here.
So, Josh, what's your silly opinion on this?
Oh, I was told I'm not here.
But Wiz is best girl, like we were saying, and she's just really sweet. But also
She's
the
way too
whole
sweet.
the whole archetype and like video game aspect comes to it, because like Wiz has all these powers and abilities, and she's great at making items, but she's a horrible salesman.
Yes.
And so she's actually losing money consistently throughout the entire process.
Which is adorable.
Isn't her character trait that she is a merchant who can't make a profit?
Yes.
She's a merchant who can't merch.
So to answer Slade's question real quick, and then I'll disappear into the background again. Honestly, I know you guys really enjoy this show, and obviously you love it. I'm going to try and keep my negativity to into the back here, but I really felt nothing with this show. I thought it was fine, but it didn't really resonate with me. And like, admittedly,
Really?
that could have been my headspace. Like the last 2 months have been really rough for me. As a show that probably should have been like a nice moment of levity for me throughout the day, I'm just like, here's another thing I got to do for the podcast, and like, do I have time for it?
Oh, that
You took this as homework.
Yeah.
If it feels like homework, that's always like going to make it worse on you.
But
Yeah, man.
but the caveat is, I do like the premise of the world and like the main idea of the isekai-ness of it. So I will come back to it when season 3 shows up. I don't know if I'll do the Megumin. Is it the Megumin's miniseries or side series?
Definitely watch the Megumin side series. I'm currently watching it right now. I'm not as caught up as I wish I would.
I've watched all of it. It's really good.
Yeah,
Okay.
No,
it's
I know it's
before,
good. I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in, and I'm
I'm on a rebound right now, so I'll probably watch it at some point. But right now, my days are pretty busy with work and other things.
for sure. For sure,
But,
and I guess not to digress, but I think you'll like the Megami one because it's much more into the jokey absurd and takes a lot of the stupid overly sexual tones and all that crap that probably makes you feel icky. But
it doesn't make me feel icky. It just makes me just like, is that necessary? Because like
that's what I mean. Because you are
admittedly,
yeah.
Lewis, I'm going to surprise you. Admittedly, in the final fight of the movie
Legend of Crimson.
That's it. When Kazuma gets absorbed into the demon lady's chest, I laughed out loud.
Yay.
Good. That's
Points.
That's
Like,
kind of the
that's-
point of the show.
But again, it happens so often, and like there's that episode where Darkness is getting chastised for something, or they're like shaming her in a way of like complimenting her, and her tits are just flying everywhere, and I'm just like, I don't need that.
But it does it with such precision because, like, yes, it's we don't need it. No. Oh, bad words. Bad choice of words. The bad words. I'm not talking about the boobs. I'm talking the comedy. I'm talking about the comedy. Boobs aside, booby physics aside, like precision is such as like
This show doesn't know how to put the booby physics aside.
you don't have. It goes side to side,
up and down, side to side.
That's
360
where the
side to
budget
side.
of this show went. All right, it's
Right.
all.
No, but what I'm saying is like you don't have like. Yes, you're not alone because if you look around the other characters side with you with all the face of disgust and trying to pull her back. Like that's the point. Like there's precision to
But again,
these jokes.
I don't mind her being a masochist. I think that joke can be funny when done properly, and there are a few moments where I do think it's funny. Like there's that moment where there's the episode where she's potentially being betrothed to another guy, and she's just constantly like, I hate this guy because he treats me nice. I need him to be more like Kazuma. And Kazuma just starts like berating her, and she's just like, oh yeah, that is funny.
There you go.
But when they do it like 6 times an episode, unless it is like a central
They don't
focus
do it
of the
6
episode,
times an
it feels like they
episode.
do it a lot. Alex believes me.
Shame on you.
There's like one episode where she's like way too turned on by the idea of her being attacked by I think it's alligators.
Wasn't it? Isn't there also one of like the Devil Kings, like
The Devil King's
lieutenant or
general
something?
who
Yeah.
where
but,
she's like, I'm a paladin. Oh, the things you're going to do to me. He's like, what?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
no,
like,
please take her
again.
away from me. Please get her away.
And that's
from me.
hilarious. Like
That
that's
is hilarious.
There's even like a point Kazuma's like down girl,
Yeah.
I'll also say one of like that first general that shows up has one of my favorite jokes in the whole show. When he's standing out in front of the town and he's just one-on-one with Megamine, and he looks at her and just says, "The hell is a Megamine?" It's like dead silent, no music, and he just says that. And even on my rewatch, it got me just like knee slap laughing.
See, actually, one of my favorite things is the character development that turns out like, because Megamine thinks that castle she keeps working on every day is not, no one lives in it. And so he comes and says, hey, stop trying to blow up my castle. I'll leave you guys alone. And then he comes back and Kazuma's like, we haven't done anything. I haven't taken you any. No. And then he looks at the two of them and it turns out Aqua's just like, I'll do it. And so she carries her takes her out there every day, carries her back, just enjoying having people spend time with her. That's actually part of the reason why I really love Aqua, is that, you can piss her off and you can manipulate her, but she's also just kind of happy to be around, happy to be there.
Well, yeah, no,
she's actually my least favorite.
You can fuck off.
Whole thing.
Anyway, you
can have her. You can have her.
I'm with Lewis. I'm with Lewis.
You can have her. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that like she can go die, but like she's my least favorite. Like,
Part of me saying that this genre kind of like revived the whole isekai, or this anime revived the whole isekai genre in a way, is that it just leans full into the absurdity of the whole premise. Which is why now we have animes like I got reincarnated as a vending machine.
as a
Now
slime
I wonder
vending machine.
Yeah, and let me tell you, the vending machine anime, by the way, really good actually.
I've heard, and I refuse to believe that.
Wait, there's a vending machine one?
Yeah. The guy gets revived as a vending machine, and now he wanders a dungeon. And let me tell you, it's like the best thing I'm watching this season.
Is that on Crunchyroll?
It
Not a
is.
sponsor, but could be.
It is.
It is.
Oh, cool.
They should be a sponsor of this episode, which is where you should watch lovely animes such as Konosuba.
While we're on the subject of Megamine, one of the reasons why she's my favorite character in the show is because of her relationship with Kazuma. I like
Yes.
how she's kind of the motivating factor for him, where his time with her allows him a moment to reflect and like kind of appreciate where he is. Like the relationship they have is really actually kind of sweet, where he has no
Yep.
like real physical feelings for her, because they really quickly establish and regularly establish that he is a perv.
Yes. Yep.
Like that's fine. He's in a world with a bunch of large-breasted women. It makes sense. But this relationship he has with Megumin is just, again, very sweet. He just has fun going with her to blow shit up. And I really liked at the end of the movie where she's like, I need to start learning new magic because I'm pretty much useless if my big explosion spell is the only thing I can do, and if I miss, we're fucked. And so she gives him her level up card, and he gives her more explosion power, and I was like, that makes sense, and it's sweet. I like it.
Yep. No. She's the grounding of all four of them, even though she's absurdly powerful with her stupid one trick pony thing. But yeah, no, you got it.
She's also a complete bitch.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
When she has to be though.
No,
When
she
has
is
to be.
unfairly, ridiculously rude to Yun Yun constantly.
Isn't that the point?
You
To quote Lewis,
haven't-
to quote, let me quote Lewis.
you
That's the joke.
No,
he does get it.
No, because so I'm glad you brought up the movie because I fucking hated that movie.
What?
what?
Get out.
That movie was
Leave.
We're never
No.
inviting you to another anime episode now.
No.
Alex.
The first
No.
the first 40 minutes are insufferable. The constant he's a pervert. They list all his crimes. He's ripping off his
Yeah.
pants trying to fuck everything that runs around him.
Isn't that the
That's
first
not
like
funny.
5 episodes of season 2 when he's like still on trial for destroying the town with the one
Mhm.
lady?
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. But
But that's
it-
longer
it's
than
just
40
so-
minutes.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying the movie that is just so insufferable to make him just they took him and made him went to 11 with how lecherous he is and just kept hammering that he's a disgusting person and all this stuff.
Because
And
it's
then-
true.
And
Yeah.
then they have her mom quaalude everybody to try to get his mom to Megumin's mom to knock her up. And then what does he do? Knowing they're locked in there, after she jumps out the window, he freezes the window so she's forced to cuddle with him. That's not funny.
That's
fucking
exactly
rape.
what Kazuma
And that
would
is
do.
and that is
Do,
not
right.
no, that is not what Kazuma would do, because Kazuma is actually not that kind of pervert. He is embarrassed by some of his actions. He's constantly put into place. It's like the Seinfeld. It's like the first 40 minutes are like the fucking last episode of Seinfeld, where they just relist everybody's crimes to remind you they're horrible, terrible people. But instead of any sympathy for him, you're just like, this is way too much. I have lost all respect and reason for this show. And then they kept doing it, and the orc rape of the orc ladies trying to rape him, ripping off his clothes and stuff like that. And they make it with a punchline of the little title card of psychologically scarred or whatever. No, that's not funny.
I can agree with that.
And then they go over the top for it, and then they have a trans joke on there with the main villain is a woman, but also she is a chimera, so she does have a penis, psychologically scarred. I hated all of that. That is so ridiculously, especially in 2023, that is so ridiculously terrible, weak joke to make and to punchlines to go for. Now, the movie
Yeah,
is
Lewis.
partially redeemed by the last 40 minutes or so, the battle, Megumin getting back with Yun Yun and Aqua's assistance, and Kazuma actually looking at Aqua and going like, you're actually my favorite partner. You're the reason why I'm here. And I trust and like respect what you're doing for this. And all that stuff. That stuff is good. But the first 45 minutes are complete and utter misogynistic, transphobic trash. And I hated it.
That's Kazuma.
Yeah, it just sounds
That's
like
your answer.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree that that's Kazuma. I feel like that's more. Well, it is Kazuma because he is the
He's like your standard 4chan user, right? You know.
exactly. He's a stand-in for 4chan users or like your stereotypical anime weeb.
He's not
So-
he's not a good person at the end of the day.
No, he's never.
No,
He's never
exactly.
Been a good
I think that's part of why Lewis and I are like, this is Cosma, because
exactly. It's doesn't like you can hate it all you want. That's fine, but like that's kind of the point of him as a character. Like
Yeah.
the thing with the first 2 seasons, we've built up all these other characters. Like Cosmo was already laid out to us in the first 4 or 5 episodes. Like he
Right.
fucking sucks, and he's just along for the ride to get out and have his powers and have his way.
That's why they call
The
him
movie
Cosmic
just-
Trash. You know, in the
Yeah,
show,
he's trash.
they do tell you.
Yep. So when the movie starts, it's more of just like, all right, cool. We've got these 2 seasons of Megumin, of Darkness, of Wiz, of Aqua, like all these other characters that have built up, much to Josh's dismay, some sort of character development.
Yeah.
But Kazuma never has grown. He's a piece of shit.
Right.
He
No, see,
vehemently says he's a piece of shit. He knows he's a piece of shit. Everybody knows he's a piece of shit,
And-
and nothing's changed. He's
And there's
trash.
like between Union and Megumin in the spinoff series, there's so much growth for the two of them.
Yeah, there's an if you haven't watched it, Alex, the Megumin show
Yeah,
like,
that's not what we're
explains a
talking
lot.
about. But
See,
whatever.
I'm just giving you a heads up on
You
the.
know,
on the
I know. I'm going to
Union
watch the
thing.
fucking show. It's a prequel. I know. Okay.
Well,
I'm
it's not,
well
it's not
aware
really
that
a
it exists.
prequel, but like they have a lot of character development and growth.
Yeah. No, what
I-
I'm saying is that you can't try to sell me in the last like 5 minutes. He's a sweet, wonderful guy when you spend
No.
45 minutes trying to trash it, which is what Josh was like. Well, that was a really sweet character moment. Blah blah blah. No, you
It
can't
was.
sell that. And the thing is, he has had growth through the series.
Yeah, and I was going to jump into Alex's corner and say the same thing.
Yeah, the problem is with
Very
the-
minor.
Yeah, I don't think.
For someone like for a character like him, it's significant though.
You know what's funny is, at least for my screen and for how we're recording, is that Lewis and I are on two opposite sides of the monitor, and Josh
Same.
and Alex are like
Yeah, for
For
together.
me, you guys are
Right
right
at
in the
the
middle
top.
together.
Right. Okay. So I'm with Lewis on this. I don't think Kazuma has a lot of growth, to be honest. He has some minor growth here and there.
Yeah, he's the point of reference character, but I do feel like he has had some growth, and he is self-aware enough of a lot of his flaws, but he also just falls back into those habits because
Yeah.
Because he accepts who he is. Like
yeah,
he
but
outright
there
calls
are
himself out, too.
moments where he has granted they're weirdly gross, like the moment where he like talks about how he really tried to jerk off to a sleeping Aqua at one point, and then he's just like, no, just not into her. Like, I have no physical attraction to
Right.
you whatsoever.
And this goes back to what I mean about him not genuinely not being a good person. Like,
Yeah, and
you
I'm
know,
not using that as like an
Yeah.
explanation for him being a good person. Like that, him
No, I
being
know.
that openly
I
blunt
know
is-
that you're not. I know that you're not. It's that I think.
there are some like weirdly serene moments where he starts talking about like, oh man, this world that I ended up in is actually really kind of great besides the whole looming Demon King thing. And like he has these moments of serenity, for lack
Well,
of
yeah.
a better word. But yeah, he always falls back into his habits, or he like projects himself that way because he doesn't know if people would truly accept him as he has become or anything like that. But maybe I'm giving the show too much credit.
See, no. See, my problem with the premise of the movie is that it takes back all the character development he has had. So I'm thinking of the choker episode where, yeah, it's kind of over the top, and why would he have it on? What does he want? And he has them all do these terrible things, like he makes Aqua clean the house and Darkness work out and that other crap. And it turns out that his actual one wish was just to be acknowledged by them just be acknowledged by them and comforted by them. That's something
Right.
that he struggled in this world. He was sold a false bill of promises by Aqua, and that's really all he wanted. And so that is the character development, is that he actually just wants some acknowledgement of that, he's in this world, he's doing okay, they're getting by with him, and all this crap that's been forced upon him. And so they kill him again, which is hysterical. Which is why I like those moments when he's with Eris, where he's just like, I'm quiet. Yes, I'm dead. And he's 3-4 times he's died now, but he's just like, it's quiet. I can just be with somebody who actually isn't treating me poorly. I don't have to like revert back to these tendencies where I'm like a dick to get attention. That is what I actually liked about those moments in that character development, that the movie just completely bulldozes past for shock value humor that isn't funny. I was actually debating turning the damn thing off because I'm like, this feels like it's completely different writers. I know it came 3 or 4 years after the TV show had aired, and they're like, well, we threw together a movie because if it does well in theaters, then we'll make a 3rd season. And it turns out it did well enough to. But they completely took the worst tendencies of him and presented them forward for this false sense of growth. And like I said, I hated the Chimera quote unquote joke that they went with it. And I felt like once they actually got to the battle and the way they acknowledge each other and talk to each other during the battle and stuff, that an over arc fight that actually was solid. To me, it's almost like the stupid the Killing Joke, where if you cut off the first 30 minutes and actually just do the fucking Killing Joke, it's actually a decent thing, but you have to get past Barbara having sex with Batman. To switch to something funnier, I'm glad that there is now canon that no matter what goddess vomits, it's Rainbow.
Yes.
Because I want to know what little bit of him was left alive that she saw and just puked.
Well, I mean, that also bring the fact that they kept that like continuing from just the first few episodes too. I'm trying to remember what episode it was, but when they're finally making money and they're buying dinners and drinking, and then she's in the back alley as Kazuma's holding her up and she's just puking rainbows. The first time I saw that, I lost my shit. Man.
Oh,
that was fucking amazing.
Great. I love that I just love that apparently if you're a goddess, you puke rainbows.
Puke rainbows.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
So quick question. We're all in agreement that the weirdly serene guy that always ends up at like the bar at the end of however many episodes, he's the Demon King, right?
Oh
yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Okay. Not even close. He is. Yeah.
All right, Slade, please continue.
Where did that? Hold up. Rewind. Did you just were you unsure?
No, I just wanted validation.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You completely threw me off. I just want you to know that 100% threw me off.
Like I almost wanted a conversation where that came from.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Thanks, Josh.
Rule of threes. Last one. Promise.
Okay, allegedly.
Slade, you owe Alex like $20. That's his trademark.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Archibald.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say that this is one of those things that we pick for you that, because it should be an easy 20 episode watch.
Yeah.
But to me, Josh, it sounds like you did not have a good time. But half of me also thinks that you did have a good time. The fact that
I had an okay time. A lot of the humor is just not up my alley. So like the overdone jiggle physics, let me pull it up here real quick. That's what she said.
Can I finish my thought real quick?
Yes. Go
so
ahead.
I think that you say that, but it must be because not only did you get through the first season, say, hey, I'm going to watch the second one, and it was an optional watch the movie and spinoff, and you watch the movie and you want to watch season 3 somewhere, and I would like to know where this is, you do enjoy this.
Yeah. And to top it off the contradiction, you finished your thought with that's what she said, which in turn, thank you.
That is
you guys are laughing because
I was going to comment in, but I was quiet because that's a little
high five.
It's a little sophomoric, a little.
But Josh, somewhere I think you did really enjoy this. The fact that you want to look at season 3 when it comes out.
As I said, I'm into the premise, but the humor makes me just roll my eyes and be like, okay, let's move on, please. In our group chat for the anime and on Discord, July 30th, 7:34 p.m. From what I can tell after 2 episodes in the credit sequence, he just creates a harem with jiggly ladies.
So actually, guys, this is for Archibald and Lewis over here. Based off of what he says about humor, wanting character development, not too much jiggle physics, the kind of like video gamey world, the continuing character plot and arc from episode to episode, he would have loved that time I got reincarnated as a slime, right?
I was going to say Rising of the Shield Hero.
I actually can't comment. I haven't seen either.
Wow.
Really? See,
isn't what I'm looking for basically My Hero Academia?
Yeah, you're not looking for My Hero Academia, no.
Okay, good, because I don't want to start that shit.
My Hero's more of your comic book, your superhero stuff. No,
oh man, I'd hate
you guys
that.
You guys say Slime, you guys Shield Hero, and I say Zombieland Saga.
Okay, so the quick pitch for me for Reincarnated as a Slime is that it's this 37-year-old Japanese businessman who is randomly just stabbed in the street, dies, is given an opportunity, so he reincarnates, and he gets to like, choose a skill, and he chooses like some devour skill, and he ends up as a slime, which is the lowliest monster in this entire world. But through pluck, personality, and clever usage of his skill, he begins manifesting, basically slowly making friends and uniting the monsters of the world into a democracy. And every episode goes a little bit forward. He finds out, he episode to episode learns how the power of his different powers, but also the power of the world. Like names are super important. Like if you call somebody by a name or give them a name, they actually level up what kind of monster they are or person they are. Like the Dwarf King has a name, and so instead of being just like 3 foot tall dwarf, he's like 6 foot and ripped and stuff like that. And it's a really just kind of charming. I think it's on the second season, just came out a little while ago, and it's just really interesting because it takes the premise of a show like Konosuba and actually but gives it full continuity episode to episode.
On the other side of that, Rising of the Shield Hero, nobody dies in the beginning. Now Fumi, the main character, is just reading a book and happens to get transported into the other world where he's one of 4 cardinal heroes. You have the sword, the spear, the bow, and the shield. As the shield hero, he cannot attack, period. He can't equip any weapon other than a shield. That makes for very interesting character dynamics as he's trying to level up and progress throughout the world. And it also carries on the video game mechanics that a lot of other isekais really enjoy to do. Now, on the completely opposite side of that, leaning into the stupid, you have I got reincarnated as a vending machine. Now I wandered the dungeon. The guy is driving on his motorcycle behind a truck that happens to be carrying a vending machine. The vending machine falls off the truck and kills him. He gets
Good old
reincarnated.
Truck-kun.
Yeah, he gets reincarnated as the vending machine. But what's so crazy about this one is that it goes through vending machines in history, like to the point that they're underground, oxygen's running low. Apparently in like the 40s, oxygen vending machines were a thing. And
Huh.
he turns into one so that the characters can breathe and have an oxygen supply.
So it's
Okay,
Quantum
okay.
Leap, but with vending machines.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
hard
I
to
like
explain,
that.
but it has really good character development and like a really good overall plot. It shouldn't, but I feel like there's two animes really that redefine the isekai genre. Konosuba is definitely one of them, and the other one I'm struggling to remember the name of it. It's the one Rim and Ram are from.
ReZero. ReZero, which was gonna be you're stealing my thunder.
Yeah, ReZero is the other one that redefined the genre of anime.
Which you still haven't seen, have you?
I have not. It's on my to-do list.
Yeah. On my end, they got theirs. My two. Again, if you want lightheartedness, Zombieland Saga, which is kind of an isekai. So story behind it. You have the teenage girl who she wants to learn how to sing. She wants to get up on stage. She wants to sing, and then one day walks outside, not looking both ways, gets hit by Truck-kun. But instead of being isekai to another world, she gets essentially isekai to the future because she's been revived as a zombie by this weird maniac who has also revived 5 other women from different periods of time to make them into an idol band, an idol group. If you don't know what that is, Josh, that is essentially a pop group to restore this one city of Japan called Saga back to greatness like it used to be or whatever. And it's actually a pretty sweet show. It actually got 2 seasons somehow, but it's really funny, very sweet. It's actually one of the few shows that's trying to hit on some very progressive points as well. But it's a great show if you want that lightheartedness and an isekai, something with character growth, development, so on and so forth. Gets a little bit by the numbers at some point, but whatever. It might be up your alley. And then the other one was going to be ReZero, which if you want character development, story, growth, world building, holy shit! Like, get on that. I don't know if is it dubbed?
Yes.
It should be.
Yes,
How popular it is. Okay, yeah. Watch it. Like, for real, if you want like to get hooked. Right now it's we're waiting on season 4, and it's been a year hiatus already as they've still been building it up. But it is phenomenal. It's heart-wrenching, You will feel emotions for characters. You will care for characters. You will hate characters. You will cling on to characters. It is amazing. And the whole quick premise, again, gets hit, gets transferred to another world, wakes up. The premise starts like, oh, this is going to be one of those video game situations. Somewhere along the line, he meets folks, turns from a jolly adventure to like, oh shit, real shit's going down. I can die. And he does. And then suddenly wakes back up like it was the first day he landed back in the world. Hence the ReZero. You're starting back from 0 point.
There's another isekai which is very recent, which is Oshino Ko. So it's about this idol who, like, you know, in Japan is basically like a famous
Pop star.
Yeah, pop star. She gets pregnant at a young age, and which is very frowned upon in Japan from their culture.
Yeah.
And she decides to have the 2 kids in secret. 2 kids that she has, they're reincarnated as the doctor who was treating her, who got killed on accident, and a patient who happened to be in the hospital who was obsessed with her in her idol phase. And she gets killed early on.
The mother?
Yeah. And the whole time is, so she has 2 kids. She has twins, a boy and a girl.
Sounds like a snuff film turned anime.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And the boy is the doctor who was treating her, who got killed by an obsessive fan. And the girl was basically like a young teen who was obsessed with the idol, who died of cancer at an early age.
God damn.
Yeah, and she has twins.
That sounds tragic as hell.
Yeah. She has twins, and the boy who was the doctor in the previous life, and he kind of has like his memories, and he still has the intelligence, but he's like trying to figure out who was the murderer of his mother, and also the girl that he idoled.
That sounds like a laugh a minute, man. I am excited for that.
It was written by the guy who wrote Love is War, which is one of the best comedy animes you'll ever watch.
Fuck.
Doesn't sound funny.
I don't know if I. Yeah, no, that sounds tragic as shit.
I don't know.
Like,
if I can
it
do
might
this.
turn into a murder. Is it turning into a murder
It
mystery?
is a murder mystery, and it's
Oh,
it's
shit,
a really
okay.
good watch.
Hmm.
It's on High Dive, not
The-
Crunchyroll.
The explanation sounds convoluted as fuck. Like, no offense to you, you did not sell me on that at all.
You made me
I
sad
couldn't
is what
recommend
you
it. I
did.
couldn't recommend it like high enough. It's probably gonna be
Hey,
my
Chuck.
anime of
Okay.
the year, to be honest with you.
God damn. Okay.
Josh, you haven't said anything in like 6 minutes. Are you still alive?
Yeah, you guys are just telling me about animes that I'm probably never
okay.
gonna watch.
That's fine.
No, I'm
That's fine.
just saying. If you, this is for if you ever get curious, you're like, man, this Konosuba thing.
Well,
these guys
as-
were
as a-
obviously. I was in the wrong because these guys love it.
Oh,
So let
I'm
me try
openly
to
admitting
find
that I'm in the wrong. Like I said, my headspace
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not
Well,
where I
I
need to be,
think-
and I don't.
I think what we're doing is telling Josh other isekais he should take a look at.
Now to think about it, don't watch Isekais. It's no,
Yeah.
unless it's ReZero.
All right.
Shield
so
hero.
Before we wrap this up, let's go through a quick top 4 waifu tier list for Konosuba. So I got for me it goes Wiz on top,
Mhm.
then probably Aqua, Megumin, Darkness. What about you, Luis?
Wiz, Megumin, Darkness, Yun.
I said 4.
The other goddess, and then somewhere down there is Aqua.
Eris. All right.
Eris, thank you.
All right, Archibald.
All right. So for me, it's gonna be Wiz,
Okay.
Darkness,
Okay.
Union,
Mm-hmm.
then Megumin.
Okay.
Because Aqua doesn't
right.
belong on anybody's
Aqu-
waifu list.
I respect that list because of that.
So apparently,
Even though Megumin's in the bottom, I respect it.
apparently I'm editing this entire section out of my list and just finding somewhere that you guys wrote agreed, and I'm just gonna cut that. What about you, Josh? What's your waifu tier list?
You're from Spy Family, and
No, in Konosuba.
Wait, did you
You're
finally watch
from-
Spy Family? Hold
Yeah,
up,
I
hold
watched
up,
Spy
hold up.
Family.
No,
Yeah.
did you?
When?
This was in the Discord. I talked, or not the Discord. This is in the Twitter chat. I talked about it.
I don't believe on that shit. What? What?
You're getting a big eye roll out of
Okay,
me
okay,
because
okay,
the
okay.
second half of Spy Family is awful. But
Okay, Josh.
You
Josh,
shut up, Slade.
wait,
Now you're wrong.
wait,
Anyway,
back-
continue.
back-
Konosuba.
Back, Josh. Waifu tier list for Konosuba. Your top 4.
If you're making me, we will go
We are.
Wiz,
okay,
and then I'm done because the rest are too young or too out of my league, or I'm not into their shit.
It doesn't necessarily mean you want to put boo this man.
I am not a weeb. I'm sorry.
Aqua is ageless, so and so is Eris. So you could have said those two.
Fair, but Aqua, no, she's not on the list no matter what.
Oh,
Agreed.
good,
Guys are
good,
horrible
good
people.
lad, good lad.
I mean, literally, her butt purifies water, guys. As we found
Don't
out.
care.
Okay, so
don't trust it.
Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna admit to not understanding a joke. What the hell is the joke with the springs, the hot springs? They're like, it's just hot water now. What is the joke with that?
She literally purifies anything she touches. So anytime she makes tea, it actually just comes out as hot water.
Water.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the whole episode with the cage where they literally just throw her in some water and eventually it just purifies the entire place. Because she is Aqua, she's literally water.
Yep,
The
I
water
get that.
goddess.
And she's a goddess.
They take her
so
to the hot
purifies
springs,
it.
which are hot purifying minerals that heal you. By her being dunked in the water, she took out all the minerals. It's just hot water.
Okay, I see. Knowledge gap. I didn't know hot springs were minerals.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's the whole point behind
That's
them,
the
yeah.
whole point
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, that's a joke that went way over my head because I did not know that shit.
Here's the big question. So what have we sent Josh to? Attack on Titan, the
No.
Waifu Gauntlet,
Mm.
and
No, we've already done Attack on Titan.
Oh,
We've already
okay.
done that.
well, we haven't
sorry.
finished.
He's saying what we've gone put him through.
Yeah. So what?
Oh,
do
yeah,
we,
sorry.
Attack on
what,
Titan, Waifu
what
Gauntlet.
do we put him through next?
Ba-da-ba-da.
Full Metal Alchemist, but which one to just break the shit out of him?
Either one will break him. I never got to Brotherhood. Like I tried starting, and then I was like, oh, I'm seeing the same thing again. Then I stopped.
Well, okay, so
Yeah, no.
Brother-
Remember, the rule is it has to be digestible.
What
We're
if-
basically watching like a 2 or 3 day weekend.
easily digestible. I would lean towards possibly the Neon Genesis movies.
No.
I am curious
No,
about
there's-
Evangelion, but yeah, I don't know if that's something I'd go into for the podcast.
There's
There's way too even.
It's
Like yes,
24
the movies.
It's 24 episodes and 4
okay.
movies.
Do you want to do Neon Genesis?
I'm gonna say no, just because again, I don't know that.
We
I
can
can-
mentally break Josh for 24 episodes. I'm okay with that.
Here's where I think knowing Josh, I think it won't mentally break him. I think he wouldn't be able to wrap his head around it because it's Evangelion goes fucking like
Lewis is
Right.
calling me stupid.
into the realm of no, because it loses me. Like
Yeah.
some of that shit's just like what the fuck?
Like the last couple episodes will make you watch like somebody's explanation of it. It's
the
a lot.
last?
I'm thinking like the last maybe 5 episodes of the original Neon Genesis.
Well, I mean,
Man.
if you watch the anime to the end, the 24 episodes, and then you watch Death and Rebirth, it pretty much recuts it so it explains it.
Why don't
Yeah, but why go through the whole series just to watch the movies then? you know?
why don't we
No. Death and Rebirth is the remastered of like the last 3 episodes as a movie form because he ran out. Part of the reason why the last 3 episodes were so bad with the animation is that they actually canceled the show and he ran out of money.
Yeah.
So then when the
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
that's,
so-
that's why the
so
last
when,
of it's so bad.
Yeah, so when all of a sudden the uptick when the second season when it went up in popularity towards the end, and they put it on VHS, they gave him the budget to finish the last 3 episodes. So that's why you got the Death and
Got it.
Rebirth stuff.
Got
Why
it.
don't
I never understood that.
we get Josh, do you have an anime you'd like us to watch since we make you watch so many things?
You don't know anything.
I mean, I don't know any real anime. I know that we were going to talk about trying to figure out a way to review Suzume. So obviously, Slade, you're invited back for that once that's
Yes.
available on home video.
yes.
But as far as like an
absolutely.
anime series, the only
Like personally, I kind of want to break him. I know I know we watched a couple anime movies that are like, oh, I'm crying. Like I want to just break your eye ducts. Like what out there will like just absolutely fucking break his heart.
yeah. So asking me
can't.
any questions like that, like I've already seen Grave of the Fireflies, so I have
We
nothing
could-
left in me.
We could make him watch Chainsaw Man.
I mean, well, hold on. If we do that, Josh, there's boobs involved of like a guy who just like he wants to touch boobs. Just are you okay with that? Will that be funny to you?
Depends on the circumstance and how often.
I
it's
think
used.
it'll work. Let's get Josh to watch Chainsaw Man. You know
It's
what?
recent
No,
enough,
hang
it's
on,
short
hang on.
enough.
I can sell Josh on it. You know how Joey, who never has watched an anime in his life,
Yes,
he likes Chainsaw Man.
because Joey has never seen an anime.
What about Death Note? That's only 37 episodes.
That's true. I was thinking of stuff.
That's a big chunk though.
I think
I have no interest in Death Note. Like if we're talking about me in a bad headspace here, like I have no interest in Death Note.
I think we should get him to watch Chainsaw Man. It's actually got a good dub.
It does.
It does have the dub. It's one of the dubs I can get behind.
All right, there we go, Josh. You got 12 episodes, my man.
All right, maybe we'll squeeze that one in before the end of the year after we do Suzume. All right, well, let's get heading out here. Slade, thanks again so much for pushing me through another anime. Please feel free to share your socials.
You're
and,
welcome.
We forgot to let you plug the Game Club pod.
That's fine. I'm sorry we're in the right headspace.
That's fine, don't care.
For this, by the way, was going to be my apology. I hope you enjoy season 3 of it. I hope you enjoyed the Megabean spinoff. We also didn't get to do the Talking Smack ratings of a must see or pass.
I'm gonna say pass, but again, I'm coming back to it because the premise is intriguing to me. But I wouldn't.
Well, I'm going to say that this is a must see. I'll also let you know that hello, my name is Slade. I'm from the Game Club podcast, where we review video games once every 2 weeks, not too dissimilar to a book club. I also had Talking Smack on recently for an episode of Between Two Pods, where we interview other podcasters and get a little in-depth insights to their minds.
I was late.
That's true. You were late.
And Riverside failed us.
It did. It failed us very hard. Other than that,
What?
if you would like to find me, you could
The
find
last
me.
like 40 minutes of sorry Slade. I'm sorry,
good.
Archibald. Yeah, the last like 40 minutes of Alex's audio got cut out or didn't register because like he had to hop out or he got kicked out, and then when he came back in, his audio just didn't cut.
Yeah,
come back
you
with him.
remember when we joked about Alex being like,
No.
and then they just
Right there?
yeah, that's where it cut, and then it never
Alex-
came back.
Alex ceases to exist in the Between Two Pods canon.
Yeah. So Alex, I'm sorry. I wish I could have
Nope.
done something to save your audio, but I
No,
didn't
it's
have a
fine.
choice.
Archibald, you got to update your socials as well. Shouldn't it be Archibald Plays Games and Archibald's Life?
It should be, but you can find me at Slade Plays Games on Twitter, Twitch, any list. You can find me at Slade's Life on Instagram.
And
Wait
don't
a
forget to
second.
join the Game Club Pod Discord.
That's true.
Wait, if I disappear from the audio, does that mean you guys are just quiet when I'm talking?
No, I did like cuts with beeps
okay.
when you're talking, so
So that's even better.
I was
You co- some-
I was gonna suggest that you just like let me take over and I could just be like, oh, I'm Alex. No.
That would have worked.
that would have worked as well. But no, so what I did was
Awesome.
I just did a cut and then like a beep, and then whoever was talking next picked up from there.
No, it's perfectly fine.
Well,
That's a
Lewis,
shame, man. Fuck.
Alex, I'm so sorry for disappointing you this week.
Lewis has not given his rating yet. Neither have I.
All right, fine.
What? Must see.
Yeah,
He
it's a
sounds
must
so
see.
interested and invested in that rating.
I mean, there's nothing to say. You go watch it.
Oh,
Like,
it's fantastic.
Josh is wrong.
Lewis,
Go
fantastic.
watch
Go
it.
Lewis,
watch
you know
it.
what we get to do soon? We can
What?
come back to also talk about Attack on Titan because the dub for the final season part 3 comes out soon.
Oh yeah, yeah. We can finish that shit finally.
Exactly. We can also talk to
Unless they put a final season 3 part 4 extended cut 5.
The Snyder
We don't know
Cut.
yet, man. We don't know yet. We don't
No,
know
no,
yet.
So
don't
what
know
I've
yet.
heard is that the final season part 4 is supposed to be an 80-minute cut.
Holy shit!
80 minutes.
That's a fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's rad. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm here for it, but that means we also get more episodes of this with Josh.
Oh hell yeah! I'm down.
Alex,
I'm
how about
excited.
you? Or did we already do your rating?
Yeah, no, I said it's a must see.
Yeah, must see. Yeah,
I'm
we're all in
sorry,
agreement.
I
You're the wrong
got
one.
too invested in Lewis's reaction to learning that season 26 of part 9 of Attack on Titan is going to be 80 minutes long.
I think part 9. That sounds right.
I think it sounds like they're taking the Neon Genesis route of like, oh, well, it's done, but we're gonna do an extended cut, but it's actually movie 3, but it's 4.2
No,
plus
no,
1
so-
plus 5.
No.
It's more so-
It's actually no. It's literally just still going.
Yeah, it's more so that they're just
Jesus
out of
Christ.
material to like adapt essentially, and there's no way you could have just done a full like extra season.
Well,
And then something about them not getting like enough of a budget to like warrant a whole season with what's left.
Right.
interesting.
So they're just putting all their budget into just creating some amazing.
Yeah. So like
the animation is phenomenal of the last.
yeah.
few
So like
ones.
the final season part 3 is literally just book 33 of the anime, like
okay.
Yeah.
cover to cover. So it doesn't surprise me that this is
and this last episode I think is
it's just book
What,
34.
like the last-
That's all you have left. There's nothing else.
not even it's less than book 34.
No.
right?
No.
It's like
no,
just
no. It's just book 34. So that's all they
This is
got.
all
No,
getting
I'm
cut
talking
out,
about where-
Josh, Don't worry.
yeah we're gonna sorry. Shut
Yeah,
up.
will-
we
Sorry,
can
my
talk
bad.
about this after the recording is done. Alex,
My bad.
editor Alex, future Alex, cut that part out.
So wait, so
Dowie.
are they pulling an Inuyasha where basically they ended it when they caught up and then had to
No.
wait?
No.
And
no.
then had to
No,
wait?
there was
No.
Oh, okay.
no, it's they let everybody know this is just this is the final thing, and the next episode will be like we'll see you next year because
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
This is how it
Inuyasha
works.
famously, like, they got to like novel 86 after like 156 episodes, waited for her to finish it. She went to like a book like 130 something, and then they just put 26 episodes together and said, "Here's the ending."
yeah
No,
no,
okay.
that's-
No, no.
that sounds
this
like a
is-
lot better.
this is
Okay, that's good.
It.
Inuyasha's the weird cat one with the girl that looks like Sailor Mars.
Yes.
Yeah.
and yeah and while I haven't finished the book, apparently the ending to the book of Attack on Titan was like pretty
A lot of
So
people
they're wondering if he's
A lot
gonna
of people didn't like it. I think it's okay.
Yeah. So a lot of us are wondering if he's gonna utilize the anime to like fix
Yes.
that, or if he's gonna try and stick
No,
the
no.
same
So
landing.
from what's been confirmed is that they're changing the ending.
Really,
Interesting.
he confirmed it. Oh,
Interesting.
dude.
So
See, that's why I find interesting because like
there's
Fullmetal Alchemist.
He's
the
yeah, but yeah, he's pulling a Full Metal Alchemist before a Full Metal Alchemist
Yeah,
happens.
there's a bit there's a bit
Yeah.
in the ending which I know is so without spoiling things is what I know that people hated. So it won't be a big change, but there's a little change.
Yeah, Josh is scrolling TikTok right now. Like, I thought we
Yeah,
encouraged
probably.
him to shut up, but everything
I'm hanging my head because I'm trying so hard to wrap this up, and yet Slade's doing the thing he does where it's like I'm gonna have the longest fucking episode ever.
Okay, last thing. So,
Alex.
Josh, if we do get you to watch Fullmetal Alchemist, you have to decide: do you want the one with the fake ending or the one with the book ending?
Let me end the fucking episode.
Josh is over talking about anime tonight. That's all.
I'm tired, man. It's 10 o'clock. I want to go to bed. I'm usually in bed at 8:30.
It's true.
I'm splicing that and making that one of the the Riverside buttons. Let me end the fucking episode.
Josh, so it's a must pass for you.
It's a
Oh, we're
must-see for
wrapping up
me.
now, huh?
Yes. I'm
Okay,
I'm
wait.
trying to help you, man. I'm trying to help.
Okay. Quickly around the board. Slade's right. Okay, me, it's a must see. Lewis,
Must see.
Slade,
Must see.
Josh.
Pass.
Okay.
Okay, fuck it. Roll the music.
Find us on all the socials at Talking Smack Pod. Email us your thoughts, opinions, concerns, whatever you want to do. If you want to recommend podcasts, animes, anything like that, you can email us at tsmackpod@gmail.com. Thank you to Leo Allen for our musical themes. Alex, who is running our musical this week? Our
I
musical
don't give a shit.
theme.
End the episode.
Thank you to Beppo for our original avatars. Thank you to Retro AL Studios for our Ricky avatar. Please like, subscribe, rate, review our podcast as well as the Game Club pod. And most importantly, thanks so much everyone for listening. Alex, have fun editing this episode. And of course, everyone, take care.
Konosuba.
Bye.
Oh, Konosuba.
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 Watch
Konosuba.
Konosuba.
Watch Konosuba. Explosion.
Love you, Matt.
Konosuba.
Explosion.
Yeah, one of my favorite gags is that Aqua keeps putting all her points into stupid party tricks. Yeah.
Nature's
And I
beauty.
Yeah. I love the movie.
Little fans and shit.
Yeah. Well, the movie shows off a new trick where she like moving a coffee cup and she put all her points into it.
I forgot about that, actually. I forgot about that. Holy shit. Stupid. He really wants us to shut up.
Alex, I'm so
I'm
sorry
just
for
letting
you.
you guys do your thing.
That's fine. I have to edit out how angry I was. I was
okay.
I was like,
Leave
Jesus
it in
Christ,
there.
I hated that part of the movie, but I went hard.
It's okay, man.
It makes sense why you hated it, but I think Lewis and I kind of just accept it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
Star
that's the thing
Trek.
is like, no, fuck you, watch Konosuba.
loves T-Smack?
I love T-Smack. Is it true? Mm-hmm. I do, ooh.